Soshiro Hoshina, aka the quiet guy that kind of looks like Brock except with a bowl cut from Kaiju number 8. Let's open him up nice and easily like all SHF figures, and look at that full box. 2 separate wavy hair pieces, 2 knives, 2 knife holders, an extra face for Kaiju number 8, so a DLC piece, his own faces, and let's crack this little thing open and see how the figure feels. Unlike Figma, taking these off is actually pretty easy. I say as I struggle to take off the plastic parts. Aren't I a great reviewer? Okay, so far the Kaiju number 8 line has pretty much had one major weakness. I mean, it's not the worst I've seen. You know what? Nope, it's kind of the worst I've seen. The box has instructions on the outside, otherwise it's basically just your standard SHF box, but with purple, which looks really cool. Alright, let's throw this away. This is Hoshino with everything he comes with. One major shame is that he only has one face with the little mask, but what you gonna do? Otherwise, his box was fully packed, and my main other gripe is that he doesn't have an extra gun for him to hold, but that's a problem with all of the Kaiju number 8 figures so far. So let's get him assembled. There we go. He has his pack on the back, which contains his swords. It's very nice to see actual weapons. As I said, it's very nice to see actual weapon storage in an action figure. Don't always get that, especially with S.H.Figuarts, or with Figma for that matter. And wow, I'm just failing at this thing. Okay, now that we have him really in one piece, he looks really good. Yes, it is consistent with all of the other Kaiju number 8 soldier figures, but he looks good. Overall, strong silhouette, looks accurate to the character models, looks good, has good, the joints feel good. Quality figure from SHF. So now let's just see the articulation, because obviously that's going to be the weak point of this Kaiju number 8 figure, at least when it comes to the waist. Alright, starting at the head, we have a ball joint here and a ball joint here, giving a ton of head range. Only problem is you can't look back that far. That's more of a problem with the sculpting of the neck. But he cannot look up. That is unfortunate. Side to side, looks down really well. Arms lift up that far. Crazy range. All the way around, 360. So you have a ball joint in here and then a hinge, swivel hinge. So that's really nice. Though it is a little bit unsightly when you actually see the joint itself. Alright, elbow double jointed, wrist on a ball peg swivel thing, kind of standard for SHF, not a peg. She has a peg though, but everyone else has ball joints. Leg moves up that far, really nice that double bend, and can move back that far. So pretty nice, and unlike some of the other Kaiju number 8 figures, for some reason, he actually has ankle swivel. Good job! And ankle pivot and a nice toe joint. Also, the armor at the ankle is also on a double ball peg. A dumbbell joint, basically. Gets a little bit of range. And other than that, alright. Crunch that far forward. Actually, let me just get... Yeah, it's not amazing. Really good backwards, actually. Like, basically Marvel Legends backwards. That is crazy. But forwards, very disappointing. I guess you can move the torso forward, but no. It's still better than Marvel Legends Deadpool Colossus, but it's not great. Starting off, we have the previously mentioned masked face, which looks good, though I wish that he was looking straight forward instead of off to the side. I have a big problem when you have off to the side extra faces. They just aren't as useful as straightforward looking faces like this Scream. Also, look at this man's sideburns. Those things are thick. Alright, and then we have his calm but eyes open face. pretty nice. I swear his face was wider in the anime. This might be taking from a more manga appearance, however. You know, because SHF does tend to do that when they release figures so close after a series is open or released. Here we have the extra wavy hairpiece and the other extra wavy hairpiece. Okay, so I was wrong. It's actually an extra whole hair. So that's neat. They didn't sculpt it just for an extra piece. No, they sculpted it so that the whole hair would be flowing. Super unique, super cool. Let's see if I can get this on. Yep, there we go. So the whole hair is brushing outwards. That looks really cool. Very nice of them to do that. So we got fist hands, open hands, pointing finger hands. Pa-pow! Before I show you the next set of hands, just know that in order to attach this face, you need to first take it off the double ball peg, and then take it off the actual headpiece, which is this little bit, and the back of his hair, which is a little cursed. A little cursed. Grabby hands. Take the sword out the back, plug it into his hands. Nice and simple. Fits in really nice, won't drop off. Okay, this is a flexible plastic, so it should be good and safe. Maybe don't drop it, but ooh, look at that tiny detail on the blade. You can barely see it, but it says, I think 03? Yeah, 03. Really tiny print, but super, super clear in person. Look at that. That is some crazy detail. These look really cool in the hands, and it's pretty easy to just put them in and take them out. Though it is a little bit worrying, so maybe heat it up first. But as long as you grab from like right here at the base of the blade itself, well, not the blade, but the base of the handle where it connects to the blade, that should give you enough force to actually plug it in. Yeah, that feels pretty right. Alright, now let's move on to the size comparisons. Oh, and before I forget, here is the DLC face. I don't have Kaiju number 8 yet, but I'll get him when I get my big shipment from Big Bad Toy Store. So, there he is. I know I'm kind of rushing because I'm not feeling as well, so I don't want to talk as much. So here he is, next to Mino, and the blonde one with the giant axe, who I forgot the name of. As you can see, he is kind of a medium height. Here he is next to Kaiju number 9, and I forgot his name, but Kafka's best little bro. Anyway, yeah, Kaiju number 9 towers over them. And because why not, Aizawa and Deku. Overall, this figure is actually pretty sweet. The torso is the same as all the others, and disappointing, yes. However, it's still fun, the details are good, the weapons are cool, you can get him into some cool poses, hold on, and it looks, he looks pretty accurate. He looks fun, and if you're gonna go for a Kaiju number 8 line, yeah, you kinda have to get all of them for the DLC and for the scenes. It's unfortunate the figures themselves aren't better, but they're still really solid. So my recommendation, if you want to get any Kaiju number 8 figures, is to stick with the Kaiju themselves, because those figures are peak! Peak, I tell you, peak! Alright. Posing time.